In this video tutorial, I'm going to explain how you can calculate your grade at any point in time during the semester in your class. You're going to need to go into Blackboard or have access to all of the grades that you've earned so far this semester. The easiest place to get that is in Blackboard under My Grades. So you go into Blackboard, you select My Grades, you see which assignments you've received points for, and you find out how many points were possible and how many points you've earned on each of those items. Then you take that information, you create yourself a little chart like the one you see here on screen. So this is a sample one here that I'll use to demonstrate the process. So you want to create 3 columns. First of all, you want to create a column that lists the name of each item that was graded. In this case, we have a couple quizzes, a couple assignments, and an exam. Then you want to create another column that indicates how many points you've received for each of these items. Write those individually in here. Then beside that column, you want to create another column that says how many points were possible for each of these items. And you want to make sure that you have these items side by side so that it's easy to take a look at and compare them from one to another. Once you have all of that information, you have this chart filled in with the list of each item that's been graded, including, in this case, including this exam. You've written down the number of points earned for each of those items and the number of points possible for each of them. Then you add up the total number of points received and also create another column where you add up the total number of points possible. Once you have those two totals, you divide one number into the other number. In this case, this student has earned 173 points out of 210 points possible so far this semester. So we take the total number of points received in this case, which for this student is 173, divided by 210 points possible so far, is going to give you a decimal, which will be your grade in decimal form. In this case, it's 0.8238. And what you need to do then to calculate your percentages, take that decimal point and move it 2 places to the right. That'll come out to 82.38%, or about 82.4% so far this semester, which tells us that this student is currently earning a B. So you might be wondering, how do I determine how many points I need to earn an A or a B or a C in my class? The information you'll need is basically, well, you'll need a couple pieces of information. You want to put it into a simple chart like this. So the first piece of information you'll need is how many points possible are in this class. You can get that information from your syllabus. If you go to the syllabus, and it'll tell you how many points possible. For this particular example, let's say there are 500 points possible in the class that you're taking. Create a simple chart with 3 columns. One that has total number of points possible. Then you want to create one that has a decimal, the decimal equivalent needed for an A, B, C, and a D. Then another column that tells you how many points you need to reach that letter grade. Once you've done that, we'll just take the total number of points possible, which in this case, in this example, is 500. So we take 500 and then we multiply that times 0.9, which is the decimal equivalent of 90%, and that will tell us we need a minimum of 450 points to earn an A in that class. So we'll write that here in this column. You do the same thing for the B, 500 times, in this case, 0.8, which equals 80%, equals 400 points, and then you write that over here, and you basically do the math following the same process for each of these, for each letter grade. So for a C, we multiply 500 times 0.7, which is 70%, and that comes out to 350 points. We write that over here. This tells me I need to earn, or this student needs to earn, at least 350 points by the end of the semester to earn a C, which is 70%. Same thing over here, 500 times 0.6, which equals 60%, comes out to 300 points. So that tells me that to get a passing grade of at least 60% to earn a D, the students need 300 points. If you're taking a class that has a different points value, you just change that points value here and change it here when you do your multiplication, and your points total, of course, over here will be different. But that will tell you how many points you need by the end of the semester to earn a certain letter grade.